We can just quickly look at the teams. Wigan, well, their side will read out first. Jason Robinson at number 2. Danny Ellison on the wing, number 16. Hat-trick of tries for him in last year's final. Gary Connolly, of course, an ex-Saint, number 4. Chris Radlinski, number 1. And Andy Johnson at 15 on the other wing. Henry Paul back to his glorious best at number 6 at half-back, with Tony Smith, number 30. And in the back, Neil Curry at 8, John Clark, the youngster at 34, referred to Martin Hall, and Lee Hanson, the Tongan international, number 29. Second row, Simon Horton at 11, Mick Cassidy at 9, and Andy Farrell at 13, a superb player in every way. Nigel Wright and Gail Tellick are on the bench. The St Helens side, I'll let Ron give you that.
Yes, unchanged from the semi-final. Arnold at full-back, Stuart Hunt, Newell and Sullivan in the 3/4, Hammond and Long, the ex-Wiganer at half-back, with Leatham, Cunningham and O'Neill in the front row, McVie, Perellini and Joint, the back 3, with Picker, Van Spooth, Morley and Anderson on the bench. Kick-off, scrum down now with Wigan feed.
Well, Tony Smith is going to put this ball in. Out it comes for a run from Simon Horton. This is a move that Wigan have used over the last few games. Leave Horton out of the pack. Now with Cowie trying to put the drive in, but Saints are up quickly for this one. And really, the rivalry between these two clubs is intense. Andy Farrell first quick to the ball for him. Clark at dummy half. Lee Hanson. Well, he's been certainly a stalwart in the pack, Hanson, since he signed for Wigan from Widnes, and they exchanged deal that initially took Sean Long to Widnes, and of course Long now back in the Saints side. Last tackle though, back to Farrell, and the kick with all the Wigan players offside, and it's Anthony Stewart who takes it on.
Yes, Tony Stewart, only a youngster, he's going to be tested to the full today, isn't he, against the mighty Wigan outfit. But I'm sure the Saints can get their act together in the semi-finals. Obviously, Saints up against it against Cass, and I'd given up hope at 18-2, but they came back well. And Sheffield nearly, well, I'm saying nearly, Wigan were in the lead 20 points up, and then Sheffield came back in the second half, and that's obviously how they're here today. But Saints with the ball in their hands, they've got to contain the Wigan players as McVie gets it away to Cunningham. Referee Stuart Cummins from Widnes, but Saint break quickly. Hammond scampers away, good tackling there by Hanson. Last one of the sequence, Long puts it to her, a tester there for Robinson. Oh, he takes it well, Trevor, doesn't he? Superb athlete in any position.
Well, that was Chris Radlinski who got under that one, but the thing about Wigan is that they do have Radlinski, obviously Paul, Connolly and Robinson all can play full-back and all good on the high ball. Cassidy, the man who takes this forward, and as you can see it, that's just the Wigan 10-metre line. Wigan has yet got to get out their own half, but this is only the second set of 6. Robinson, well, McVeigh holds down Lee Hanson, and that's the first penalty of the game, and it gives Wigan the opportunity to try and relieve some of the pressure. Andy Farrell, touch on this near side at this magnificent Old Trafford Stadium, as play resumes with Cowie on the first drive. And that's Clark. Oh, with Horton. His left thigh, in fact, heavily strapped up. Clark again, dummy half. Well, they try the cut-out ball out with Farrell. Farrell looks for Robinson. Newell comes high on him. He evades that, but not the next 2 tackles. Halfway mark. Using that shorter side. Paul back to Clark, to Robinson. Well, he just looks to be involved, does Robinson. Now with Horton, something on here with Radlinski. Back inside to Ellison. Well, Radlinski again, first big attack, Nigel Wright. Out again, across to Farrell, the little kick and the chase. Well, there's 2 Wigan men there, Johnson's one of them. He takes it, first try. Wow, what a superb try for Wigan. The kick across field. Absolutely nobody at home from Saints' point of view. And that was a great pick-up by Johnson. But in truth, he also had a man inside. Really, they just had too many numbers.
Well, there was, and they could have easily scored over this side, Trevor, before. and he had to try and scramble back over there. A big goal opened in the centre of the field, and a lovely kick through, wasn't it there? Lovely kick, and Saints were struggling. They couldn't contain Wigan. Johnson goes through there. 3 minutes gone, and the first try on the board for the Central Parkers. Great start, Trevor.
Well, certainly Wigan fans in this crowd here at Old Trafford will be delighted with that start, and it certainly was an excellent piece of football. The kick now, it's not an easy one at all on that far side, and Andy Farrell, well, he's a left-footed kicker, so if anything it is on his better side, but Johnson squeezed in just short of the corner flag, and Wigan leading by 4 points to 0, and just 3 minutes of the game gone. Certainly do enjoy this Premiership, the Wigan, but there's a long way to go yet, and the Saints, as you said, showed against Castleford that they never did till the final whistle goes. But this one is not the start, I'm sure, that Sean McRae and the Saints lads would have wanted. Andy Farrell, the man, though, with the kick. Well, he strikes it well, but just wide of the post. So, 5 minutes of the game gone. St Helens 0, Wigan Warriors 4 in this Stormspitter Premiership final at Old Trafford.
Yes, and Saints to receive. Obviously, battle between the old enemy on the pitch and battle between the coaches. Sean McRae at St Helens, and the fella that was replaced by Sean McRae, Eric Hughes, now earning his corner at Central Park. But 4-0 down, as you said, Trevor, early days yet, and anything can happen. Julian O'Neill, the ex-Auckland Warrior, driving the ball upfield. Once again, Saints got to try and unlock this tight Wigan defence. Well, Cunningham scampered away, lost control of the ball. He was on his way before he'd actually gathered it. An unusual error from Kieran Cunningham there, but forces the scrum down with Wigan head and feed. Henry Paul to feed, Trev.
Yeah, Henry Paul is the man who's playing at scrum half in this game. Tries to change his run again, but it's a case of Clark, the dummy half, and taking time a bit. Horton trying to use this shorter side. Clark again. In comes Hansen, the man who got the tackling on Cunningham that caused the ball to be lost. Wigan looking pretty ominous at this stage of the game. Cowie, ball went back. Half all sucked to McVeigh. Robinson's found a bit of room now. And that's a penalty. That's for flopping, I think, against Apollo Ferrolini. Referee Cummings says the tackle was affected and Ferrolini came in afterwards. Well, touch and go, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. It's a shot at goal for Wigan, a shot at goal for Andy Farrell. This first effort, which was the conversion attempt to Johnson's try. Do you think that was a bit of a harsh decision, Ron?
Well, I don't know really, Trevor. You know, you've got to get in there and get them tackled. I mean, you're in a cleft stick sometimes, aren't you? You've got to get the man down. You've got to hope that the referee's going to say he's tackled. If he got up and got away and scored a try, well, the boot on the other foot there. And tackling's going to be paramount, I think, Trevor, in this game. Men in the Wigan side, Connolly, fullback Jason Robinson, Simon Horton, a good runner, Henry Paul, and you've got to make sure the tackles are effective. Harsh or not, you've got to abide by the man in the middle decision. He said it was a penalty, but an alleged flop, and that's why we're here now with Andy Farrell looking to tag 2 extra on. That's all the way from here. So Wigan, after 8 minutes, taking a 6 points to nil. Yes, a 6 points to nil lead.
Well, Wigan had pressurised the Saints line, and it was a case of Saints trying to slow them down, and that's what set up the kick. So Wigan resume play. Ball taken by Stewart. The Saints bring it back upfield.
Yes, and obviously not the greatest of starts. And Saints will have to just settle down if they can. As Arnold brings it away, tries to scamper through. Newlove from acting half. We need a good game, a hard, strong running game from Newlove. He's not been in the best of form as of late. Obviously a lot of these sides struggling with injury, and Wigan penalised for offside. Sean Long quickly takes the kick, finds touch, midway between the halfway and the Wigan 20-metre line. McVie, first man in, possibly playing his last game in a Saints shirt, looks for support, he moves it out, the Saints are running, Chris Joint into the Wigan 20, into the red zone as they say, Trevor. But once again the Saints move it, in numbers over here on the right, Perolini. 15 metres short, Wigan forced to defend. Now it's Julian O'Neill. Cunningham settled it down, moved it left. Wigan move up quickly. Can the Saints move in? Long, Newlove. The ball's lost. It was over under. Arnold linking up from the full-back position, making the extra man, just couldn't draw it in. The ball knocked forward. Wigan will restart with a tap there.
Oh yeah, I think that Danny Arnold actually came in and tried to take a ball that was meant for Andy Sullivan. I think Wigan had picked up Arnold, and if it had gone to Sullivan it might have been more problems, but as it was, it went behind him into touch. Wigan, of course, without Tony Smith. He's gone off the field after 4 minutes with blood bleeding, coming out of a cut, and that's why Henry Paul is playing at scrum half, and Nigel Wright on the field. But it's now with Cassidy, takes it up, steps it almost to that halfway mark. Farrell. Oh, with Wright, good ball to Redlinski, step the cover has he, to Horton. Now he likes this run down this side, does Horton. Last tackle. Again with Farrell, a little kick off the outside of the foot, offside Radlinski, so Stewart allowed to take the ball, and it's Saints who survive that little bit of pressure once again.
Yes, and you can, it's obviously noticeable they're kicking over to Tony Stewart's wing, youngster in the ranks, and going to try and put a pressure on him, and only rightly so.
I've seen him in playing for Saints this season. I think he's a youngster with a big future, certainly very cool and plenty of pace.
Oh, and he is, he's got the confidence, there's no danger, and he's got the pace. But it's Chris Joint for the Saints, trailing by 6 points to nil, 11 minutes gone in this Stones Premiership final, here at Old Trafford, sunny Old Trafford. Just short of Wigan territory. Sullivan, the flying Welsh wingman, just named as the St Helens player of the season. Cunningham chips it over to the right. Ellison underneath it. He moves out, and well taken just outside the 20.
Well, it's with Wigan. Clark out to Robinson. Robinson, well, playing at full back, but basically got a free range on where he wants to run with this ball. Clark again. Out to Cowie. Well, Cowie, front row forward. Quickly plays it. Wigan looking to get the ball away from half-back very quickly. Farrell. Wigan a big game, of course, coming up on Friday against Hunter Mariners. Saints jet off to play Brisbane just 24 hours. Well, they jet off 24 hours after this game. They actually play Brisbane in 6 days' time, and that must be a rather daunting prospect, regardless of how they go on today. This is Paul, bit of a break. Managed to get rid of that. Long, not quite. Last tackle. Wigan certainly running hot. Out with Wright. Stepping it back inside. Keeping it alive to Horton. The little kick through. Again onto Stewart. And the young wingman takes it coolly. Does very well indeed.
Yes, great cover defence there by the Saints. By Stewart. But Wigan keeping the Saints at their end of the field. Perolini driving it upfield. Stewart taking a knock in that challenge earlier on. But O'Neill driving it up. But as we've said before, Trevor, obviously Saints making the 9th appearance in a Premiership final. Wigan 6th on the trot. And looking for 6 wins. It's only looking for 4 wins on the trot. Only Saints blemishing the character in 1993 with a 10-4 win. Well, that was a mile forward, that, Trevor. Lucky they don't get penalised for offside there.
Well, it was. It's that borderline flat pass, isn't it? As we speak, Tony Smith's coming back on the field with his head bandaged, so that wound is now strapped up. Nigel Wright gets back onto the bench. But yes, as you were saying, it was just a short flat ball. It's come off the Saints once or twice this season. And Alan Hunt, if he gets half a chance, is devastating. But Smith out then to Robinson. They try the run round with Robinson. Has he got a bit of room there? Well, certainly Saints don't know where he's going. Get to Moulton Johnson. Score of the only try so far. 14 minutes gone. St Helens 0, Wigan 6. Good run from Hanson. That's the Saints 20-metre mark. Cassidy next. Wigan certainly fired up for this one. Short side to Tony Smith. Tony Smith just a couple of metres short. Can Wigan do something here? Henry Paul evades long, spins again. Turn the thing run. Is he in? Well, the crowd thinks so. And it looks like they've decided he's on his back, not been able to ground it. And I think that seems the right decision. Nevertheless, Wigan get the chance to maintain this pressure. Short side from Farrell. Tackle from Long. Out with Cowie now. Cowie driving. Well, Wigan looking to add to those 6 points. Hanson. Well, not well known for grabbing the tries, Willie Hanson, his time at Wigan, but certainly always there when the work wants to be done. Paul back to Smith. Smith switches it for Robinson. A bit of room for the winger full back, God knows what you want to call him. Mercurial at times. Out with Farrell. Henry Paul, that short pass to Hanson. Out with Clark. Back with Cassidy. Well, they're trying to stretch Saints here as Cassidy straightens it up. Last tackle. Out with Farrell. Farrell, long ball out for Ellison. What can he do? Well, Stewart gets the tackle in, does he? The flag can go up. Ellison has scored. Oh, we're going to the TV video. What do you think of that, Ron? What do you think of that?
Well, it looked a good try here, Trevor. One hell of a pass from Farrell on it across field. But he's in touch, I think. The touch judge didn't put his flag up, did he, Trevor?
Well, no, the touch judge you thought would have had a better position than anybody else. But try disallowed, I think. Certainly Wigan have gone back. They're expecting it to be a resumption. Well, we're waiting here. No try. 10-metre scrum, defence ball. Well, a let off, you have to say, for Saints.
Oh, definitely a let off there. There's no danger. That was one hell of a pass out of the wing, and then he just slipped into touch, fortunately for the Saints. Another try there at that stage of play. Obviously, the warning bells had sounded as McVie slips it out. Dearie me. Saints there, butterfingers. Newlove took it. It was a good pass there as McVie put it out. Newlove couldn't take it. Unforced error. Pressure on the Saints again. Scrum down in their own 20 with obviously Wigan head and feed.
Well, certainly the screw being turned here on this Saints defence. And it's very much a case of Wigan side in the driving seat. Bloodbin substitution, Julian O'Neill, the man coming off. Well, certainly a bit of treatment. Is he coming off the field? Well, he is. Ian Pickavant's the man who replaces him, albeit for a brief period, you would suspect, while he gets into. Saints. Well, Wigan should say with Farrell. Back inside to Paul. Clark again. Cowie now. Wigan really up for this game. Saints on the back foot. Out with Paul. To Hanson. Well, Paul, a man at dummy half, out with Smith. Farrell Lettis to Connolly. Great tackle, but it's gone up and gone in as it. Well, penalty against him. He was tackled, he was grounded. And, well, as Arnold came in with a superb tackle on him. But whether he was held down or not, I'm sure they'll be arguing that in the pubs and clubs. But it doesn't matter. Penalty to the Saints one.
Yes, I mean, Oppie Connolly, one hell of a player, class player. But I suppose all this day you get it out of him now is the ball carrying arm touch the ground. But I don't think he was actually held, Trevor, and maybe he's hard done to there. But Saints have the possession. They trail by 6 points to 0. Chris Joynt, the captain, moves it over to the left. And the crowd get behind the charges. But it's all Wigan at present. Perolini gets a good ball. Radlinski with a hell of a clap tackle. The first man in, Simon Horton as well. Saints persist on the blind. Pick advance. Last one of the sequence. Smith comes in to close Sean Long down. Just up in the air. Wigan come up with the possession. Johnson on the far side, and he builds up looking for a way through. Sean Long and Joynt bring him to earth.
Well, it's a superb take by Johnson, but now Nigel Wright is looking to get back on the field, and I think it's Gary Connolly is the man he may well be replacing. Connolly hanging at the back of play on the far side. It must have been that tackle from Danny Arnold. He's certainly limping as Gary Connolly. Fans not too happy over there. I think Andy Farrell lost the ball. I think they're possibly saying it was raked out or something, but he lost the ball, and it's going to be a scrum down. Saints put it in.
Yes, scrum down. Good tackling on the far side. It's got to be good tackling. That's going to be paramount today. Saints have got to tackle in anything that's above grass, because we know this Wigan outfit are devastating. They can run away with it. They've got to get in there early. Scrum feed and head to the Saints. And Alan Hunt comes in field. Once again the Saints build up and Wigan move up quickly. Perolini driving it in. You heard that on the as the tackle went in from Horton and Paul. Andy Leatham. No nonsense forward. Went through the tackle, went on hands and knees. Wigan all moving in front of referee Cummins. But he lets it go. Derek McVie! McVie for the line! Inches short! Has he rolled over? Is it momentum? We have another talking point, Trevor. I think McVie's got over. The Saints like it, but was his momentum stopped? We'll have to look at the big screen again. The big Aussie drives it forward. He gets brought down, he's still rolling over as he stretched it. That's all one movement for me, Trevor. That is a try for the big Aussie, Derek McVie, and that'll put Saints back in with a sniff. No danger about that. We're still waiting for the video ref to come up with a decision. But the big, powerful Aussie, probably playing his last game in a St Helens shirt, goes over for the try. Well, he's still not happy, is he? How many views we're going to have of it? But that was continual movement for me.
Well, he rolls over and gets the ball down. I think I agree with you. That would be a good try. McVie always dangerous when running through the centre. And it was a great ball that released him there. I think it was Sean Long's. But we're now going to get the decision. It's a try for Saints. Derek McVie opens Saints' account. And that is just what the Saints wanted. It's what this game wanted. A Saints 5. St Helens 4 now, Wigan 6, and the kick to come. But what a strike back from Saints. They've been under the cosh for most of this first 23 minutes, and they've now come back with a try, well, out to nothing in some respects. John Long's ball it was, and McVie really powerful going through. Great tackle by Robinson, really. Little chap on a big man, but not enough to stop him.
Yes, obviously that'll give the Saints heart, as you said, Trevor. The Saints have been under the cosh from the old pie eaters, our friendly neighbourhood pie eaters, for the 23 minutes. But we know we've got the capabilities to do it. It's all a matter of whether you can do it. The further you go behind, the further your edge goes down. I know that didn't happen in the semi-final, obviously. That was a different kettle of fish, but you never know in these big games. There's nothing like the atmosphere here to bring the best out in both teams. Sean Long looking for the conversion. It's away in front of the face of the post. Waved away by the touch judges. But Saints back in with it, Trevor. Trailing by 6 points to 4. 16 minutes and a half remaining. And watch this space.
Well, looks like we've got a cracking game on hand already. Enough incidents to fill any reporter's notebook. And certainly there'll be plenty of talking points in the opposing clubs of St Helens and Wigan tonight, and what we've seen already. Saints then resume play with the kick from Sean Long. Danny Ellison, the man who takes it, brings it back in field. That's a 10-metre mark. Robinson. Well, that's a big hit on him from McVeigh. Now with Farrell. And we're going to have to do hard work here. Neil Cowis off the field. Just trying to work out who they brought on for Cowie. We'll be told in a minute. Terry O'Connor replacing Neil Cowie, so it's a front row forward for a front row forward. Cowie's certainly been working hard. I know he likes to play as much of a game as he can. Farrell then with the kick. Danny Arnold coming to take that one off his knee. Well, it certainly wasn't a knock-on. But Saints, well, again, where they've been most of the game in their own half of the field. Good defence from Wigan. They've got play as well. The tackle, Stewart released it, trying to stop it going in touch. And Radlinski got it back. Now with Paul. Farrell. Robinson. Well, that was a step of his. With so much strength. What do they call him, Billy Wiz? But Wigan on the attack with Cassidy. Again, out it goes with Smith. Oh, that was a heck of a tackle from Hammond. And although Danny Arnold's away, the referee, it would seem, is not happy with it. That looks like it's going to be a penalty to Wigan. High tackle, Ron.
Yes, high tackle is given. Obviously he was bouncing through, and the referee was right on the job. The ball taken from his grasp, and Arnold came away with it. But he's given the penalty for the high tackle. Just trying to look at it again on the big screen, Trevor, but there we go.
Well, it certainly pulled Tony Smith back. I think he thought it was a high one. Well, he definitely thought it was a high one. He's given the penalty for it. To Andy Farrell. Now the opportunity to increase Wigan's lead. Tony Smith with his head all bandaged up, already got a cut over one of his eyes. I don't think that will have helped anything. But Andy Farrell, one success from 2 shots at goal so far. Well, just to the left of the post. And Wigan. Well, it's close. It's just inside the post, probably curled over after it from our position, Ron. It doesn't matter, both flags are up. St Helens 4, Wigan 8.
Yes, Farrell there. One cracking kicker and one hell of a captain for Wigan and Great Britain in the forthcoming test. Converts it there. 6 points. 8 points to 4 now. Saints with a substitution. Julian O'Neill come off the field as Pedalini drives the ball up. Well, saying Julian O'Neill, he's been in the blood bit, hasn't he? Pickerman Street placed him, but the ball kicks upfield. He bounces in the field of play and goes into touch. Penalty award there. Saints again, drive it up. I'm just losing my way there, Trevor.
Pinching the ball, I think, 2-on-1, so Saints a chance to build on this.
Yes, obviously you're not concentrating, right in instead of getting on with the job. But Saints move it. Sean Long looking for the runner, inside to Chris Joyce, the captain. In a big game from this lad. Anthony Sullivan from dummy half, Saints in the Wigan 20. Hunt coming through, support there, Arnold, he's lost the ball, Trevor. Wigan come up with it. Saints could have easily scored there. Great move, good handling. And the game stopped, an injured player. Oh, a lot of concern, Trevor.
Well, Danny Arnold, hit the deck. He was really crunched by those Wigan players' tackle, but as soon as they realised he wasn't too well, they both instantly went to turn him on his side. I mean, he's okay, is Danny Arnold. Everybody will be glad to say that. But certainly terrific sportsmanship by the Wigan players. They didn't bother where the ball was, they just went and looked after him. So Saints to try and bring it away. O'Connor being driven back. And Clark then to Cassidy. And Saints, well, Saints have tied up their defence after those first few minutes that saw them concede that Johnson try. Now with Hansen. Good drive from him. And Wigan claiming they were not allowed to get up and play the ball quick enough. Simon Horton, the next man into the middle of the field. A lot of these players, I have no doubt, will be in the Great Britain squad. Horton prevented from playing the ball by Perolini, and it's a penalty to Wigan. But I think you'll see a lot of these players in the Great Britain squad.
Yes, both sides, obviously, they've got to wait till they're finished with the Premiership. The domestic season finishes here, doesn't it, Trevor? And then Goodway will make his choice, and as you say, quite a few.
Well, Wigan then, Terry O'Connor. He was in the last England squad anyway, so I'm sure he'll be hoping that he can catch Andy Goodway's eye. Clark out with Hansen. Well, Hansen plays it. Clark, Smith, Nigel Wright now. Henry Paul operating at centre, we're seeing. Ball out to Radlinski. Hammond closes down Radlinski when it looked like there was something on. Ellison, O'Connor, bit of room for him. If he had a step like Robinson, he might have gone through that one. Smith then, very quick and sharp Smith. Out to Farrell, great ball to Radlinski. Last tackle. Well, that's 5 metres or so from the Saints line. They're looking to get a little kick in. Farrell trying soccer skills. Arnold loses it. Robinson's there, is he? Well, what a comedy of errors. Tried to Jason Robinson. Saints are infuriated by that. But Danny Arnold lost the ball. Somebody else went in to try and get it and couldn't. And it was Jason Robinson who won the scramble. All set off by Andy Farrell's bit of dribbling skills. But really scrappy try was Farrell's little run in. They couldn't hold the ball, could Saints. And eventually, well, Robinson, the man who gets the touchdown. Not the type of try we've been expecting.
Well, I know the referee gave it straight away, Trevor. You look at it again on the big screen, and it certainly looks as though he pounced it. It's obviously a scrappy try, as you say, with Farrell kicking through. Saints player couldn't take it, two Saints players couldn't grab it, and then Robinson coming over the top, and obviously the referee saying he's got the downward pressure on it, he's given the try, but it looked a bit dodgy for me.
That was Jason Robinson's 17th try of the season, and he has been a terrific player for Wigan this season. Farrell then with a kick, straight through the middle, and Wigan extend the lead with that conversion. It's St Helens 4, Wigan 14.
Right, Trevor. that's not Wigan 13 without a win. But Saints have the possession, trailing by 10 points, 14-4 the score. Wigan capitalising on Saints, a Saints error, and now referee Cummings moves in, penalises Wigan for lining up incorrectly. The Bridgman's had to play the ball, putting their hand in, as Sean Long kicks over on that far side. Not a very good forward momentum kick for Long. The Cunningham will restart. The Wigan line solid, and McPhee, the runner, and he's going to be watched. No doubt Eric Hughes will have done his homework just as Sean McRae will. Now Pickavance. Quite a few players here in Saints jersey that we may not see on parade again. If anything, we're led to believe by the press. Cunningham gives the ball to Newland. Oh, and the big brother bursts onto it there for a superb try. Well, that was something out of nothing. Deary me, the big man there, the costliest player in rugby league, exploded out to the blocks. Great break initially. McVie on the far side. And the ball turned inside. It came to Cunningham. And Cunningham going through there. Lovely support play, Trevor, by the big man Newell. He just burst out of the blocks. He didn't look well, obviously, from here. We wouldn't have thought he would have got to the line. But he outpaced the Wigan defence.
Well, big man, and he comes into the game so explosively. Sean McRae was saying just the other week that he might not be involved with 79 minutes Newell, but then he'll come up with a trident off him, and he's a big lad to stop, but very quick as we saw on that one. Long now with a conversion attempt. Well, just across the face of the goal, but we've got a real game on here. St Helens 8, Wigan 14. 5 minutes of the half remaining, and this game far from over. A quality try from St Helens, and Wigan, well, what can their answer be on this one? As Sean Long looks to resume play. The ball kicked deep. Radlinski, the man who takes it. Tries his run back upfield straight into the pick of Vance. And Wigan linked to the field to go. With Hansen into Hammond and Carolini. Tonga versus Western Samoa. With Robinson then. Robinson looking for that bit of a gap up the middle of the field. So quick. Clark. Well, he's lost his options on who he was supposed to give that ball to, but Robinson decides he'll have a run from dummy half. Got support from Smith. Now back to Clark. That's good play. Cassidy just couldn't get it out to Henry Paul. Out again to Farrell. Farrell feeds it back to Robinson. Last tackle. Puts a kick into the far side. Trying to get Arnold to run to that corner.
There's pressure there put on the kicker, Farrell. When it came to Robinson, he got the kick away. Good pressure by the Saints. Great work by Wigan. They put the ball downfield. And Saints in their own 20, looking for a quick play the ball. Alan Hunt scampering away. Great 20-metre burst by Hunt. Saints now want to move it quickly. Cunningham up the centre, breaks through 2 tackles. Still going is Cunningham. It's a joint. He puts it out to McVie. Oh dearie me, McVie couldn't control it when Saints could have possibly broke there on the left. Ball back in Wigan hands.
I think that's the difference between the sides at the moment. Saints making more unforced errors, and that's really letting Wigan off the hook when they do have the opportunity to take them to task. It's Wigan in possession, as you said. Horton, the man who had it. I think Wigan have lost a bit since Henry Paul's gone from stand off the centre to cover for Connolly. But Hansen now takes it forward. 30 metres that from the Saints try line. 3 minutes of the half remaining. Tony Smith, busy as ever to Farrell. That little kick for Radlinski. Just into touch as Radlinski despairingly tries to keep it out. That should be a scrum down. Actually, he's given a scrum down and Wigan possession. Did it touch Stewart then?
It didn't touch Stewart, but it was touched in flight as Farrell kicked the ball. It was touched by a Saints player and then it did roll into touch.
Well, that gives Wigan the opportunity to keep the pressure on in the last few minutes of this first half. St Helens 8, Wigan 14, Stones Bitter Premiership final. And it's a case of Tony Smith to feed the ball. Well, blood bin for Tony Smith again. It would look like wound has opened up. And they're going to have to bring somebody on. Smith in the blood bin for the second time. Neil Kerry, the man who'll come on. Henry Paul back to scrum half. And you have to say all this shopping and changing is not going to be helping Wigan. They're weighing at what's going on with him at the moment. But Kerry into the pack. Farrell drops out to the centre. In fact, it's Gail Tellick that they've now got coming onto the field. Henry Paul then. And the break from Nigel Wright almost. Out with O'Connor. Well, that's the Saints post you can see in the background. Last minute of this game. A try for Wigan would be just what they want for Saints. It could almost be a disaster. That's Farrell buried under that lot.
Will have been substitution for the Warriors, number 25,
Clark Cassidy
replaces number 13, Tony Smith.
Out to Johnson. Well, no way through for him on the far side. Farrell. Out with Paul. Well, looking inside for right. Feeds it back again to Hansen. Hansen looking to try the stand-off role himself. Well, trying to play the ball when he's not up correctly. Penalty against Wigan, and to Saints' mind, that'll be a let-off as they try to get into half-time without conceding more points.
Yes, it certainly will, Trevor. Wigan always devastating, whether it be the first or the last tackle. And Hansen, a judge, to put the ball on the ground before he gathered his feet. Once again, Saints break away, Pickavance, McBee, Cunningham have been doing the damage. Wigan penalised her for being offside. 40 minutes actually played on the watch in this first half, Trevor. Long gets some length this time. Can the Saints get in there? We have had a bit of stoppage, obviously, for only a couple of minor injuries, but the game being played at a fast pace. Perolini, the Terminator, drives it down. 28 metres short of the win line. Saints in possession, trailing by 8 points to 14. McBee again. Driving into the Wigan defence, looking to unload. Wigan forced to line up with the referee. John Long looking for the best 21st birthday present he can get. A winner's medal here at Old Trafford. Saints persist on the blind side. Inside ball there. Inches short. The Saints in with a sniff. Can they stretch this Wigan defence? Hammond. Perolini back to Hammond. Oh, he couldn't take it cleanly. Comes to Stewart, but the ball knocked forward. Great defence by Wigan. Certainly good endeavour by the Saints, Trevor.
Yeah, good passage of play for Saints. Just that final pass by Hammond couldn't be taken. A bit desperate stakes, really. But Wigan have got the cover across. Robinson then the man who tries to bring it away. A minute and a half of injury time. We've had a couple of blood bins. Of course, two of them for Tony Smith. That's Terry O'Connor. Wigan substitute forward. Well, John Clark, the youngster. Simon Horton having to take it in the hard way. And Wigan leading by 14 points to 8. A run from Clark, spills it, picked up by Long. Well, a bit of broken play, a bit of broken room here for him. Ball out to Newlove. Now Sullivan. Can he make that corner? Well, terrific cover from Wigan, but Saints on the charge with Pickavance. Just short of that try line. It doesn't matter. There goes the half-time hooter. It was Wigan who took the lead with a Johnson try after just 3 minutes from a Farrell kick. Farrell missed that conversion, but added the penalty to make it 6-0. Saints came back when Derek McVeigh stormed through the left centre. Farrell increased Wigan's lead with a penalty on 26, and Robinson got a scrappy try on 31 that Farrell goal to make it 14-4. Well, then came Paul Newlove with a great run on 34 minutes, and that's as it is at half-time. St Helens 8, Wigan 14.
Give the guys a big round of applause as they disappear in the tunnel. The Wigan Warriors and St Helens, give them a big round of applause. What a great first half. Thank you.
At Old Trafford, Manchester, ready for the second half. Just one converted try separating the sides. Been an exciting first half, Trevor, if sometimes scrappy.
Well, an exciting first half. I think the problem, as when you say scrappy, is that obviously Wigan have had a number of blood bins that have primarily involved Tony Smith, and it's been a case of swapping and changing that back line. Gary Connolly not on, of course, and when you weigh up that Henry Paul's been red hot at standoff for the last 4 or 5 games, I think Wigan are losing something by having him switched out to the centre. And of course, with Smith not on the field for the few minutes he's not been on as well, it's really affecting the rhythm. But nevertheless, great game and a couple of great tries from Saints. I mean, it's anybody's, isn't it, so far?
It certainly is. We're ready for the action. As they say, Trevor, let's get ready to rumble for the second 40. Saints are going to receive the ball first. Once everybody gets the positions, as the backroom boys, the coaches, take the places. Saints receive it there. Perolini, the man, he took it well, builds up a head of steam and starts off. Composure. Composure is the order of the day. There's no danger about that. Sean McCrail read the riot act at half-time. Saints know that they're capable of overturning the mighty Warriors. Now we get it, McVie. He's had a big game, hasn't he, McVie? Slips it to Newlove. Newlove tries to scrape through. 3 tacklers quickly in, but they're inside Wigan territory. They move it over to the right. Julian O'Neill back after a spell in the blood bin. Ian Pickavance back on the bench. And Saints move it left. Joint up the centre, looking for support. Long was there, and Wigan penalised. Obstruction, pulling the man back as Sean Long came round for the loop movement. Nice set of 6 early on, Trevor.
Well, yeah, Terry O'Connor, the man who came back in to try and take Sean Long out. He knew what was going to happen, he knew where the ball was going. Unfortunately, he just got there a little bit early. If he'd have timed it better, it would have been a great tackle. As it was, Long didn't have the ball, and the penalty, as you said. So it's going to be Sean Long to try and bang this one over and close the gap even further for Saints.
Yes, it'll bring it down to 4 points. Left-footed kicker Sean Long, right in front of the posts. Played a minute and a half of the second 40. Looking to compose himself, strikes it. The touch judges raise the flag, and Saints are on the way there.
Yeah, goal for Sean Long, right in front of the post really. He's not going to miss games like that, or shots at goal like that. And terrific stuff. Saints, just the start they wanted, cut that gap to 14 points to 10. Anybody's game, we said that for the last 20 minutes, certainly gone that way now. Wigan then, the side with Hansen, taking the ball back upfield. And Long, as we said, making it 14-10. St Helens 10, Wigan 14. Cassidy, the man who takes it up to the 20-metre mark. Henry Paul coming in field for a touch to that ball, looking to find a gap up the middle. Good run from him. Robinson will go next. Off he goes. Well, slips it back inside to Tony Smith. Twice been in the blood bin. Head bandaged. And, well, prevented from get up and play that ball by Cunningham. And it's a penalty to Wigan. Now, what will Andy Farrell do? Well, he's going to look to go for goal. And that's round about 44 metres. Heck of a shot if he bangs it over. But it doesn't look like there's much wind around this stadium to affect his kicking from that type of distance. Just to the left-hand side of the post. Be a real morale booster if he can get this one wrong.
Well, it's well within his capabilities, isn't he? He's got a tremendous boot on him. He's a regular kicker, good tactical kicker. Whereas in Saints' case, obviously Bobby Golding suspended, usually the usual Saints kicker. Sean Long's been entrusted with the duties. Steve Prescott out injured, he can kick a goal or two. Tommy Martin as well, obviously out injured, but at the end of the day, Trevor, you've got to get on with it. Wigan have just conceded 2 points at that end, and Farrell wants to get them back straight away, doesn't he? 4 points the gap at present. He's looking to stretch it to the full 6, and there he goes. Well, no problem, he replies in kind, Trevor, doesn't he? So after 3 minutes of the second half, back to square one, 6 points separate the sides. Wigan 16, St Helens 10, and Saints are going to get the ball back.
Well, a terrific kick from Andy Farrell, certainly was. St Helens 10, Wigan Warriors 16. 4th goal for Andy Farrell. And Saints the side bringing it back upfield on.
Yes, and they've all the way to go, haven't they, on their own 20. Wigan are going to try and contain them there as Andy Leatham now drives it up. Saints not made a substitution as of yet, apart from obviously Pickavance coming on as a blood bin substitution, whereas Connolly's gone off for Wigan. And he's an important strike force, isn't he? Nigel Wright's come on, obviously, for Connolly. And Smith, as you said, been in the blood bin twice. McVie again unloads a lovely, a mean ball. McVie to Sullivan, but great tackling from the Warriors. O'Neill out of the back door, gives it Sean Long. He has to put it downfield. No problem. Food and drink for Robinson, that, Trevor.
Well, Jason Robinson at full-back, looking for a bit of space, trying to take on Andy Stewart. Wow, just up the middle of the field. That's the halfway mark. Terrific clearing run. Zero tackle as well. Out with Cassidy now. Wigan 6 points to the good. St Helens 10, Wigan 16. 5 minutes of the second half gone. Stones Bidder Premiership final. Out with Smith to right. To Farrell again to Horton. Horton plays it quickly. Farrell looking for a bit of a gap. Finds Smith. Smith hauled back again by his shirt collar. Ended his knee as well this time. He's certainly been in the wars. Well, it's Farrell then. The ball to right. Right bangs over. A drop goal, does he? Yes. Well, 1 point from Nigel Wright. Everybody stood off him. He didn't hesitate. And just how important could that 1 point be?
Yes, it could be at the end of the day, couldn't it? All points matter. That's a 7-point cushion. 17 points to 10. All the Saints laid off him. You don't know what to expect, obviously, from the mighty Wigan. Smith there, as you said, Trevor, he's certainly in the wars. Hurt his knee in that account, that tackle over there. Had his head bandaged a couple of times. High speed, body contact, collision sport that we're playing here, the finest game in the world. You were Trevor Hunt and Ron Hoop with Micron Video, and Wigan are in the lead in this Stones Premiership final, 17-10. John Long, Paul Newell, Anthony Sullivan takes it. It's Robinson to beat, he gives him the inside. Can Sullivan take it? Oh, that superb tackle by Robinson. The flying Welsh wingman, a lovely ball from Newell, deep in his own half. He gave Robinson all the space he needed, but you wouldn't have laid odds him getting past Jason Robinson, would you, Trevor?
Well, Sullivan's very, very quick, as we know. Robinson, though, is lightning over a short distance, and he bided his time right. So as he hit Sullivan with an explosive 20-metre burst. Great tackle, though, it had to be made. And Wigan, from the scrum, Horton, the man who tries to bring it away. Terrific play, though, from Saints, and terrific tackle from Robinson. Robinson here, right in action again. We might be looking at the man of the match here. Well, out with a corner. Well, that's 20 metres or so from that Wigan try line. Having to work hard to find this room. Farrell. Newell gets the tackle in. Well, it's Johnson. Scorer of the first try. Last tackle, as far as Wigan are concerned, to Farrell. Farrell put the kick up. And it's a kick that will find touch on this near side. Sullivan lets it go in. It's going to be a scrum down the Saints put in.
Yes, Adam feet to the Saints. Great kick there. Good distance finding kick by the Warriors. Sullivan has to let it bounce into touch. But we're back up here deep in the Saints 20. Sean Long will feed. And the Saints will try and drive it downfield. Joint on a dummy run. It goes over there to Newell, moved over from the left flank to midfield. Perolini puts the ball back, no problem with that. Alan Hunt gathers it. Saints are going to try and keep the ball moving at all times. Wigan play the ball exceptionally quickly, they move it quickly, and Saints have got to reply in kind. McVie again, looking for support. Breaks the initial tackle, no way through for him, and then he's clattered. Sean Long, virtually up to the halfway line. Simon Horton quickly in. Cunningham breaks out to one, drives up to Cassidy, looking to release it. No man with him there. The Saints support play certainly leaves a lot to be desired, as Hammond drills it downfield. And a decent set of six, obviously, from Wigan coming up here, Trevor, in the Saints 20, or virtually on the Saints 20. The scrum head and feet to Saints, and they end up about 15 metres from the Wigan line.
Yeah, it's going to be a Wigan head and feet, as you say, but both sides doing well. Tony Smith come off the field again. is in the blood bin once more, or is it just the leg injury pitched up a few moments ago? So certainly Tony Smith will remember this Premiership final. I'm not sure why, but we're going to have to be careful on how many subs they've used here. I think that's what they might be checking. And they swap the side around. Johnson's gone in the centre, and Ellison swap wings. Brad Lindsay's gone on the other side. Henry Paul back at scrum half. Well, he's going to have a bit of a run himself. Well, terrific support. We've not been told what the crowd is here at Old Trafford today yet. As soon as we do, we'll let you know. But it's out with Farrell on that left-hand side. Great break from the Great Britain captain. Radlinski's impeded. Farrell out, throws it to Radlinski, goes behind everybody, and Julian O'Neill's the man who, well, he almost cleaned up, but Holgate's managed to rescue it one-on-one. Wigan on attack again. Change direction does Nigel Wright. Great run to Johnson. Johnson, Arnold, a great tackle. 8 metres out. Out to the left with Farrell. Steps, tries to go himself, throws it out again. Wright, the man, looking to find his way through. Well, Wigan certainly putting Saints on the rack here. Out to Paul. Paul fans a long one out again to Farrell. To Horton. Radlinski into the corner. Great try. A great try for Wigan. And Radlinski, I think, the man who's in. Try awarded. But great play. Andy Farrell, the man who set it up with a terrific break. He went behind everybody. But Holgate, a great piece of pickup, rescued the situation. And then when they moved it out to the left-hand side, home to Radlinski. Well, he acres of room in that corner. Good try, Rob.
Oh, excellent try. Should have been earlier on as Farrell.
The try for the Warriors, number 1.
As Farrell burst through, he just glided through the Saints defence. And then Perolini took a knock. Obviously, the ball came back. Julian O'Neill judged to have touched it. We're going to have another set of 6. They moved it back over at the far side. And then Radlinski in the corner.
Well, today's attendance 33,389. So 33,389. Not bad at all here at Old Trafford. It's taken away the focus, which is now on Andy Farrell as he tries to add his 5th goal of the game from the touchline. He struck it well. What a great kick from Andy Farrell. Well, Wigan wanted this Premiership. Saints has told them they're not having it without a fight. But Wigan certainly looking good at the moment, Ron.
Oh, they're looking the part. There's no danger about that. Saints making a double substitution. Booth and Pickavance coming on for O'Neill and Leatham. That's in the 13th minute of the second half. But Pellini, the man that took a knock earlier on, carries on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the official attendance figure for the
Saints now with
Premiership and Divisional Premiership
Simon Booth.
Are 33,000.
Drives it forward. Chris Joint again, the captain. He's got to try and rally his troops. 23 points to 10 now in favour of the Wigan Warriors. And can the Saints hit back? Have they got the firepower? I think they have, but it all depends whether Wigan will let them. And I'm sure they won't let them, Trevor.
No, it's not against the Wigan letting them, I don't think. That kick through, obviously Jason Robinson, the man who takes. I think Wigan have made far fewer mistakes than St Helens have, although Saints have worked hard at it. But when you look at the players who are really on top of the game for Wigan and have been for a few weeks, like Robinson, Paul, Farrell, I think you've just got 1 or 2 more than what you have in the Saints side. Saints certainly played very hard here. Derek McVeigh been a real threat every time. But we've not really seen Sean Long and Kyle Hammond as any sort of creative force. And Wigan the side who always look like a bit more dangerous. Holgate then, substitute, takes it forward. Signed from Workington at the beginning of the season. Cassidy. second row forward for Wigan, although wearing number 9. Back it goes to Farrell on the last tackle. Hoist the kick in. Danny Arnold, the man who'll take it.
Yes, and Arnold comes away with it. Still plenty of time, 25 minutes, but great tackling there. Holgate quickly in now, it's with Anthony Sullivan. Plenty of talking points obviously in today's game, and still 25 minutes to go as we said. Padalini, the Western Samoan, driving it in, crying out for support. John Long, was it that was with him? No, Long's got the ball now. It was Cunningham that was with him, but he couldn't release it. Now it's with Newlove. 25 metres from the Wigan line, Saints play it quickly. Wigan not all back with the referee, but now it's Cunningham. He releases it. Simon Booth moving over to that right flank. Booth just breaking through, looking for support. Support's there. He unloads the ball. Wigan are penalised for taking the man on suspicion as Alan Hunt went for the ball, and Wigan took him before he got control, Trevor. But a good passage again by the Saints.
Taking a man on suspicion, Ron. Yes, I think I presume you mean tackling him without the ball. Well, Saints, no use running it, and they've got to try and add to this.
Yes, they've run it, no good 1 point. They've got to get tries on the board. Hammond, inside ball, Chris Joint, taken well. Farrell, the captain, and leading the captain's part as well, isn't he? Come on, you Saints. The Saints spectators get behind them. Inside ball to Arnold. He saw a gap, he saw the chink, he went for it, but great cover defence by the Warriors. Joint, quick hands. McVie was there, and it had to be quick. That was the idea. Quick hands was the order of the day, but unfortunately he couldn't take it. Joint to McVie. It was knocked forward. Scrum down. Is it scrum down? Adam Peet is. I didn't know whether it was the turnover, Trevor. But 23-10 the score.
No, well, his first mistake for Derek McVie, and he'll be disappointed at that. There was a second try begging for him if he'd have taken the pass. But as it is, it's Wigan with the chance to bring the ball away. Paul then. Out to Johnson. And Johnson just takes it up into the Saints defensive line. Henry Paul are going to step his way through and go on his own. Certainly Wigan's players sharing the workload out. Neil Cowie now back on the field. Well, a good drive from him. Chris Joint eventually wrestles him to the ground. Johnson at dummy half. Long ball to Farrell. Farrell even longer ball out to Radlinski. And back inside now for Horton. Radlinski to Farrell. This must be a try for Farrell. Farrell is going to score. That may well be the one that decides the destiny of the Premiership. Can Saints come back from this? Andy Farrell bites up the break from Radlinski and Horton, although it was his pass that initially split the sides. A great try from the Wigan captain. And 27 points to 10 with a kick to come. Is there any way back for Saints, Rob?
Well, it's looking grim, Trevor, isn't it? But as you said, Farrell the captain, he started that on. That move with a lovely long ball, cut-out ball there. And then great support play. And Farrell running like a three-quarter. Just hitting the straps there. Superb try from the Warriors. And I don't think there is any way back. 27 points to 10. And Wigan obviously there. Clear, very clear, more clear headway. And Eric Hughes will be delighted, won't he, Trevor?
Well, yes, it's against his old club, the club that got rid of him really because they said he couldn't win things. And he's obviously in a major final like this, no doubt, be very pleased indeed. Still some 20 minutes of this game to go, but St Helens 10, Wigan 27. And somehow you just can't see Wigan throwing this kind of lead away. Andy Farrell still to try and add the extras to his own try. And successful with 5 shots at goal from 6 attempts so far. And he'll be looking to make it 6 from 7. The ball's fallen over though. And in the meantime, Saints are trying to get some water carriers on. Sean McRae pointing out on the turf. Obviously wanted to talk out to some of his players. It's Anderson and Morley are warming up on the touchline. But Andy Farrell with this kick got the ball set up and teed up again. 5 from 6, looking for 6 from 7. Missed this time. St Helens 10, Wigan 27. 20 minutes of the second half gone.
Saints obviously been very indifferent all season, even though they finished third in the league, as Wigan finished fourth. Vickavance, well forced to the ground as he tries to get up and play it. Cunningham, great run from Cunningham, slips it to Sullivan, inside to Joint. The ball should have gone first time there to Sean Long on Joint's right, but it wasn't.
Chris Morley replaces number 8, Apollo Perlini.
Long puts the kick downfield. Is he hanging in the in-goal area? No. Is he? Oh, it's just gone dead. So Wigan will restart from the centre of the 20. Time running out, 21 minutes played. 17 points separating the sides. Wigan well in command.
And Wigan bringing the ball away with Ellison. Had a try disallowed earlier on in the game. Second drive from Holgate. Wigan with Cassidy. Well, they can afford to be fairly steady with what they're doing and take what opportunities come their way. They can wait for them, be patient. Now out with Cowie. Cowie running straight at Newlove. Well, a good drive. Joint eventually wrestles into the ground again. Johnson having a bit of a run. Found a way through. Now can he step? Well, Arnold did well to tackle against him, but they've got a good line. Wigan last tackle on the power play. Out to Farrell. Farrell, great ball to Radlinski. Inside to Horton. Horton going for the try and Horton in again. Well, Simon Horton has made that his trademark when it comes to try scoring. Give him a ball 10 metres out and nobody can stop him. That long ball from Farrell again, really catching Saints a hop. They couldn't get the numbers across.
No, they couldn't, Trevor, and I think after what we said before, I think there's your man of the match, Andy Farrell. No danger, captain, fantastic. Lovely long cut-out ball, good into passing. Horton coming through like a steam train on the inside. And as you said, Trevor, 10, 15 metres out, you're not going to stop this fella. Powers in there, extends the Wigan lead to 31 points to 10.
And 5 from 7. Well, he hits this one. It looks a good one. It is 2. 6 from 8. Andy Farrell. A great kick to round off a great try. St Helens 10, Wigan 33. And it's going to be Saints to Luke to try and save the face here.
Yes, obviously, what did they say? Damage limitation now, Trevor. Is that the testicle term? Excuse my French.
And a substitution for the Saints, 25, Paul Anderson replaces number 16, Derek McVeigh.
The ball out there on the full, scrum down, head and feet to the Saints. 10 metres from their own line, trailing by 33 points to 10. And really struggling against the likes of Andy Farrell there and Jason Robinson. Anderson with his first touch. Holgate comes in along with Wright and upends him. Saints straighten it up, try some forward movement up the centre. But Cunningham again. Trademark, turns it back inside to Joint, the captain, trying to lead and rally his troops. And as Trevor said, Wigan playing Hunter Mariners Friday. Saints jet off tomorrow to play Brisbane, the grand final winners. They play them this coming Saturday, 10 o'clock our time. Last one of the sequence, the ball put to her. Robinson coming for it, bounces on his chest. Saints have the possession. Newlove couldn't take it. Saints have the ball. What's the referee ruling?
Well, he's given a knock on. Really, you've got to say that Saints should have the most of that opportunity. Robinson was caught wanting there as the Saints moved in on him quickly. And when that ball came back from Newlove, that was when really they should have hit back with a try. Things are now starting to go against them. And it's Wigan scrum down, Wigan to feed the ball. Henry Paul, the man who puts it in. And Robinson, the man who looks to try and break that first line of defence. Well, Saints playing with a full back at the moment. Although Danny Arnold now drifting back to his position. Cassidy, the man who takes the ball in. Well, Saints certainly not decided they'll lie down and take this drubbing. Henry Paul to Holgate. Back to Cassidy. Slipping this ball though, Saints. Farrell. Cowie now drives it forward. And it's a Clark at the dummy half spot. Back to Farrell for the kick. Simon Booth puts the chase in, but a bit forlorn. Stewart now taking back to take the ball, and he'll have to run it in field. And the Wigan chases on 6 players, and eventually he's brought down by Gail Tallick. So it's a long way to go.
Yeah, the speed of the Wigan play the ball, the follow-up for the kick there, it's tremendous. They're definitely up for it, there's no danger. And they're going to retain this Premiership trophy unless a miracle occurs. Sullivan from acting half. Slips it out there to Anderson. Cowie, no nonsense forward in there, along with Holgate and the youngster Clark. John Long turns it inside. Simon Booth. Booth slips it to Cunningham. Cunningham wanted to turn it inside to Hunt, but Cassidy got in the way and intercepted it. Back to Wigan. Robinson taken down at the first attempt for a change.
For a change, yeah, it's certainly been pretty elusive, as always. But Danny Ellison decides he'll have a run. And Wigan, well, looking to add to the 33 points with Robinson. Robinson, oh, that looked a high tackle from Newlove. And Robinson took that right round the throat. That was a bad tackle, I'm afraid. High head and all. Paul Newlove, well, he's going to be lucky here. No doubt get himself on report, Ron.
Yeah, well, what amazes me, I mean, it was a bad one. You could see it from here where we was, Trevor, couldn't you? Yet the touch judge here, unmoved. The referee, who virtually, he was at the other side of the tackle, decided it was a high tackle. It was a high tackle. I mean, he went in for him. I mean, he's a tall lad, Newlove, and Robinson's only a short fella, but you've got to keep him below the shoulder.
And very few, but that was an high tackle, Ron.
I'm not denying it. I can't deny it.
Gives Farrell the chance to try and add to his goal tally and add to Wigan's scoreline. And it also gives an opportunity to take some of the heat out of the moment. But Andy Farrell, the man who has this opportunity to add the extras. 10 minutes of this game remaining. Wigan against St Helens, Stonesborough Premiership final. Andy Farrell missed it, pulls it to the right hand side of the post. Still St Helens 10, Wigan 33, and 10 minutes of the game remaining. St Helens will restart play with a dropout from the 20-metre mark. Back it goes to Sean Long, 21 just a couple of days ago, against his former teammates. Some of them his good mates as well, Chris Radlinski, Simon Horton and Gary Connolly in particular, as Robinson tries to run on that side, just to show that certainly not taking too much out of him. Getting fully involved again. Ball moved out with Holgate. Holgate tries straight up, bursts through as Holgate here a couple of years ago with Workington in the divisional final. Holgate up to the 20-metre mark. Out with Paul. Good line here from Wigan. Right to Paul. That step and that turn left Newlove for dead. Got the best of balls to Ellison. And Cowie cleans up by booting it into touch. That'll be a scrum down, Saints head and ball.
Well, yes, fortunate again that Wigan just couldn't control it at the end. But Saints tackling is really abysmal. You know, against the Warriors, the tackling's got to be paramount. They've got so many players that can turn a game. And once again, the Saints with it all to do. 10 metres short of their own line, 9 minutes of the game remaining. 33 points to 10 the score. And there'll be an abundance of pie sold in Wigan this evening.
well to keep that out till this stage of the proceedings.
It's all friendly stuff, all friendly rivalry. Paul Anderson for the Saints, but not making much headway. Saints really lacking an instigator midfield. Last one of the sequence. Cunningham's played out of his skin for the Saints this afternoon. Probably one that stood out most. It goes to Billy Wiz, and he's away again.
Well, it's Robinson had a great game. Well, just as we were saying, look what he does. Well, throws a pass out that Simon Horton I don't think was quite ready for, really. But Robinson had a great game, Farrell had a great game. Probably Farrell will get the man of the match.
Yes, I would think so, Trevor. He would for me and you, I think. But a rare mistake there. Horton, the second rower, couldn't take the pass from Robinson. He got used to Robinson just getting cracking into you and bobbing and weaving in and out. And anyway, Saints have the possession. Hunt used as the pivot. Cassidy sticks to him. Once again, the Saints try to penetrate the Wigan defence. Sean Long, Newlove can't take it. Well, we've got a case of dropsy.
Well, that's twice Newlove's made mistakes, and well, he scored a brilliant try in the first half, but seems to have lost his concentration at the moment. And Wigan have got the opportunity, well, to put more pressure on Saints, really. At the moment, he's having a word with Cowie and Simon Booth, two players who'd had a little bit of a contretemps on the far side of the field. Tells them to get on with it. And Henry Paul will feed the scrum. Well, and it goes with Johnson. Well, the penalty for raking the ball against Hammond, it was Tallick, by the way, who had that ball. So Andy Farrell looks to find touch on this side. 6 minutes remaining. Wigan have got the Premiership in the bag for the 4th successive season. The question is by how many points they'll win it. St Helens 10, Wigan 33, as Holgate takes the ball in. Clark, the man at dummy half. Out to Cowie. Well, straightens it up, straight into Simon Booth. The man he'd had the difference of opinion with just a few minutes ago. Henry Paul to Farrell. Switches to Cassidy. Cassidy stepping and running, throws the ball at the back, and Newlove takes it this time.
Yes, took it well there as Cassidy tried to keep the ball moving, and why not indeed? When they throw it about, Wigan, they look good. I mean, Saints look good when they throw it about, but we haven't had the chance today, as Wigan have come in and really closed the Saints down. Clark, the last man, off Alan Hunt. Pickavance, good yardage maker. And once again, Cunningham, the strike rate of this man as he drives forward. Anderson looks for the gap. Saints lacking in support play for the man with the ball at vital times. Long inside to Arnold. Arnold used as a wingman for most of his time in the senior squad. Last one of the sequence. Sean Long's running it on the power play joint. Anderson, Sullivan, back to Anderson. Yes, a good try by the Saints and a good finish. It must be said, good handling. 5 minutes to the end of the game. Anderson go over for his try. But great play by the Saints as they kept it going. They moved it downfield. Sean Long running the ball on the power play. Came over here. Good crisp into passing, out to Sullivan, back inside to Anderson. And a consolation try, Trevor.
Well, yeah, consolation try. We'd said all along Saints hadn't given up, but it was well worked out with Hunt, Sullivan, Anderson, and then Anderson back again. Really did do well, showed that Saints can do when they're given the opportunity, but got the ball going out wide. And really that's why Wigan will be lifting the Premiership trophy in around about 4.5 minutes time. Sean Long though with this kick. Well, he strokes it nicely in between the posts. So Saints fans given something to cheer before they head out of this ground. And it's a case of St Helens 16, Wigan 33. And the game to resume. Well, Sean Long places the ball.
Number 3, Sean Long.
And, well, hits it deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man
Robinson
of the match
takes
in
it,
today's Stones Premiership
runs it back
final
in.
has been selected by members of the press and is awarded
Up to the 20-metre mark.
Trophy, sponsored by Stones in memory
Well,
of
it's
the
now
famous
with
Rugby League
Tallick.
administrator,
The
broadcaster
Frenchman
and
gets Tallick.
journalist. The winner of the trophy
Certainly done
today
well
is from
to keep his place at
number
Wigan.
13, Andy Farrell.
Well, the Harry Sunderland Memorial Trophy winner for man of the match, Andy Farrell, as we've said all along. You've got to agree with that, Ron.
Oh yes, no problem, no doubts about that. He's played a true captain's part. He's laid some lovely long balls on and more or less cut the Saints' defence to tatters.
Well, he's got to try himself and half a dozen goals, so you really do have to say you didn't have to look too hard for him, despite the contribution of people like Robinson. Last tackle, though, was Wigan. Luke to go out with a flurry of glory. Ball back to Farrell, and it's going to find touch on this side. 2 minutes remaining, normal time now, Ron.
Yes, 2 minutes on our watch, plus anything the timekeepers want to add on for very little stoppage in this highly entertaining Premiership final. 14-8 at half-time, it could have gone any way. Saints reduced the deficit after 2 minutes to 4 points, but then more or less Wigan have run away with it until that Anderson try. Alan Hunt, very little space for him to explode, and obviously Anthony Stewart on the far side, very few chances as well. But Wigan, another trophy. They stopped the Saints doing the double, they stopped the Saints doing the treble last season after they'd won the cup and won the league. So they usually spoil us something, don't they, Trevor?
Well, they do seem to be having a little bit of a hex on you when you're after walking off with everything, Ron, but let's face it, you can't get drunk too many times. Won't do your liver any good.
No, not on the money Micron payers, but that's another story. Cunningham puts the ball to her on the last tackle. Robinson comes for it. Saints have the ball, slip to Hammond. Hammond to Hunt. Oh, the tackle counts waved clean. Didn't know the Wigan man had touched it, but is that going to be a penalty? Henry Paul, well, he doesn't like it, but he's been penalised. Saints play it quickly. Hammond, inside ball. Saints with another setup. 6 as Cunningham puts it out wide. Alan Hunt, back flip there. Morley, yes, Saints are in on that far side. Carl Hammond is the man that scored. Good play by the Saints. They took the ball upfield, they put it high. They got another set of 6 when Wigan couldn't take it. And then Henry Paul was penalised. Saints took it quickly. Good handling, good into passing, switched it out to the right, and Hammond went in right at the death there, Trevor. Reduces the deficit. 20 points to 33 with the goal to come.
Yeah, it was a pass from Alan Hunt actually that released Morley, and Morley then sent Hammond in for a try. The kick still to come, like you're saying. It's certainly closing that deficit. 13 points it is now. If Sean Long can kick this, it will be 11. Not the easiest of kicks for him. Well, he's hit it just to the right of the post, I think. So a let off from Wigan in point of view. It doesn't matter though. There goes the final hooter. Wigan have won a trophy for the 13th successive season. The Premiership trophy. With tries from Johnson in the first half, gave them a lead after 3 minutes. Farrell made it 6-0. McVeigh came back to make it 6-4. Farrell a penalty, then Robinson a try. And Farrell the conversion before Newland got a try just before half time to make it 14-8. In the second half, it was basically all Wigan really. After Longer got a penalty to give Saints hope. Farrell's got a penalty to make it 16-10. Wright added a drop goal. Then tries from Radlinski. Farrell on hold really stitched it up before Anderson and Hammond got consolation tries for Saints. Nevertheless, a great final run.
Oh, great final. There's no danger about that. Both sides competing to the full capabilities. But it was Wigan that had just hit form late on in the season, and Saints very indifferent. It's no excuse. I know we've been riddled with injury. You can say about Wigan, they've had umpteen internationals gone from their team and gone elsewhere, but they've stuck to it. They've done well, they've stuck to the task, and they've come up with the trophy here by 33 points to 20. We just wait for the presentations now, and I'm sure Trevor will talk you through them.
Well, it's going to be obviously Wigan who go up for this. Andy Farrell, the captain and man of the match. He's going to be the one to take this trophy, a premiership trophy. Fourth year Wigan have landed this, so fourth successive year. And the players on the pitch. Well, Wigan have got Hunter Mariners in 5 days' time. And of course Saints have got the trip to Brisbane, and the trip that actually means they have a day in Hong Kong on Tuesday, land in Brisbane on Wednesday, and then have to play the Broncos on a Saturday. But it's Andy Farrell who goes up to take the trophy. Andy Farrell, the Saints captain, winner of the Harry Sunderland Man of the Match trophy, and he'll be delighted to take that from Stockbitter director Andy Farrell. Lifts the trophy aloft. For the fifth season, Wigan have won a trophy, a major trophy, an incredible record. And on what we've seen today, I have to say that this will continue to go on. Nigel Wright behind him. Then Gary Connolly, who was injured, and we'll be hoping he's fit for Wigan later in the week. As the Wigan players, Chris Radlinski, Simon Horton, some of them swap shirts with the Saints players. They go through. Henry Paul, they're really enjoying this at Wigan, but they've had the sights set on it since they were losing 18-0 at Bradford and came back to win that game 33-18. After that, they've never looked back, been in tremendous form. And you have to say that they fully deserve this premiership trophy. Jason Robinson, perhaps Farrell's nearest rival for man of the match, and of course Terry O'Connor and Neil Cowie. The Saints side will coming up for their medals. They've had a good season too, third in the league, premiership final, and of course the Challenge Cup back in May.
Yes, and obviously a disappointing end to the season. Chris Joynt there just comes up. Carl Hammond's with him, Danny Arnold, they all troop up to receive the losers' medals. They would have liked to have completed the double. As you say, they was the only team that could have got a double this season, but it wasn't to be. And the Saints come up there. Pedalini still with a big beam on his face, a big grin. Julian O'Neill, Chris Morley, Anthony Sullivan, Kieran Cunningham that's played out of his skin this afternoon, but Newell there again. Great try from him. Paul Anderson, Derek McVie, Alan Hunt. And your referee, Stuart Cummins, comes up for his medal, his commemorative medal. But there are the Wigan Warriors with the champagne, drowning each other. The Premiership trophy there, just over to the right. The Warrior there, dancing around as well. But what a great win here for the Wigan Warriors. 33 points to 20, they came through. Saints with 10 points in the last 5 minutes. After trailing 33 points to 10, it finished at 33 points to 20, and great jubilation from the Wigan Warriors there. The Saints going round just saluting the faithful that travel just down the road from St Helens to Old Trafford, a magnificent stadium here in Manchester. But it's the Warriors that take the spoils and to get, as Trevor said, another trophy. 13 years since they failed to win a piece of silverware, and I'm sure they'll be bubbling the World Club Challenge to come this Friday, as Trevor said, against the Hunter Mariners. Saints away at Brisbane, so mixed fortunes there. Can Saints lift the game against the grand final trophy winner?